What is up? Texas hockey, Olympic hockey, world hockey, Finnish hockey, USA hockey, Canada hockey, Czechia hockey fans. Welcome back to Clean Sheet of Ice, the Texas Hockey Podcast. This is the Olympic edition. We're recapping what we watched yesterday on our live stream. Had a great time with chat. Had a great time with over 1,000 of you that tuned in. So thank you for tuning into our stream yesterday. I'm your host, Tone Strankman, joined always by Savannah Humoller. How are we doing?
We're doing great. You know what? The Olympics are underway. Hockey is here. We were talking about this yesterday. There's so many games going on simultaneously throughout the day. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like you could just camp out, put it on in the background, hang out, and you have a full day of hockey to watch.
It's quite insane because we both woke up pretty early this morning to get a workout in, and Finland was just like already playing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
One of the best rivalries in all of hockey, Finland versus Sweden. They were just like, a little 5:30 in the morning. Let's just play now.
Sure. That works for us. You know what? That's fine. And then we have games going on throughout the day and into the afternoon. And then we have our evenings that are free. It's very rare for us.
Yes. I'm Finnish gear right now. Now it is any USA gear or Friday, February. Maybe once a week you've heard that I'm a Mississippi State alum, big baseball fan, big college baseball guy. I'm dialed in for this afternoon. Obviously, I'll be watching Olympic hockey until 4 p.m. and then I'm gone. I'm in Duty Noble Field in my mind. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help.
Fair enough. You know what? It's like it's that time of year. College baseball is back, but I will be paying attention to a lot of the Olympics here in the next few days.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get this podcast started off with our game from yesterday, the USA men's hockey team. We streamed the entire game, a little watch along. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Thank you to everyone that subscribed during that. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We will give away this Mikko Rantanen bobblehead right here at 250 subscribers. So you got to hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer. We're inching our way towards it. So want to give that away. But USA versus Latvia yesterday, we watched it. We broke it down while we're watching. We had a lot of fun with chat. We're going to do it again next week. I believe on Wednesday is a knockout game, quarterfinal game, one of the two. We're going to stream that one as long as the U.S. makes it there, obviously. And then we're planning on streaming the old gold medal match for the women because I have no doubts in my mind that they will be there because they're just steamrolling teams. But knock on wood. USA versus Latvia yesterday. The USA wins 5-1. We liked that game. That was a lot of fun, Savannah.
It was an interesting start to that game, especially there in the first period with having two of the USA goals called back. Very fun, really understanding and getting a little bit more insight on those rules, especially with the goaltender interference. That one is definitely interesting. They're being a lot stricter on these rules this year. There's not a lot of leniency. There's obviously no fighting. And then just how the goaltender interference works. There's also unlimited challenges for coaches. So that's something to keep in mind as we continue these games. But to see that first period, you get the two goals called back for the U.S. I mean, they did come out firing, and that was great. It was great to see.
Yeah, the two goals was interesting that got called back. Obviously, you open up the scoring 5.5 minutes into the first period. Brady Tkachuk just from Matthew Tkachuk, 6 sauce pass over a stick. Brady Tkachuk just fires it from the top of the point, essentially, just a little wrister, and at top left corner, just a snipe, if you will. And it was cool to see the Tkachuk brothers just pairing up for a little goal, opening up the goal scoring for the U.S. men's team at the Olympics. Having some brothers out there was pretty cool for that first goal. Then, like you said, the two goals that got called back, the offside one, the broadcast did the worst job of all time showing us angles. They showed one angle the entire time, and you couldn't see anything. There was a guy blocking the entire view. So I would assume that they had a different angle for the offside one that got called back. I think that was the Quinn Hughes goal. That was just a little tic-tac-toe into the slot. Quinn Hughes just wide open and fired in a good one. So that was a fun goal. Obviously gets called back after a pretty quick review for an offside call. Usually they take a little bit longer on the offside ones. I thought they turned that one around pretty quick.
Yeah, and even just going back and seeing those goals and just how they were established, obviously you could tell they were going to get called back. Like they were close, but like they were going to get called back for sure. So no surprise there. You finish out that first period, 1-1 Latvia. They're able to score a goal on Connor Hellebuck. So, and that was their only goal of the game. But really, that second period is where Team USA came out and they just owned the rest of this game.
Yeah. And like you said, the goaltender interference, it's literally ticky-tacky. It is any contact in the crease that is goaltender interference. I appreciate that, quite
Mhm.
honestly. Like, I appreciate that there is a rule that is just straightforward, and it's like, if there is any contact between a player and a goaltender in the crease, it's goaltender interference. I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather have that than what we have in the NHL, where it's literally just up to the referee's decision of like interpretation of the rule. I want no interpretation. I want straightforward fact. And I do appreciate it. While it was annoying yesterday, I appreciate the rule just being straightforward.
Exactly. And like that's the thing with it. It's these you're going to have these games with all these unlimited challenges and they're going to review them. Like
Yep.
and you know what? The teams might as well take those opportunities while they can. Like but if they do happen to fail at that challenge, they will have to serve a penalty. And then if they fail for a second attempt, that's a double minor. So that's just something to keep in mind with some of the rules here for the Olympics.
It is a risk reward thing that you get away. So
Mhm.
first period was interesting. They did score 3 goals. Only one of them count. You're tied 1-1. You're like, all right, let's just keep doing what they did in the first. Let's just actually have goals that count. Enter Brock Nelson, the oldest man of all time. Looks like he played in the 1930s. Somehow he's only like, I think he's only like 34, 35 years old. I don't think he's that old. But he looks a lot older. And Brock Nelson hit the post, I believe, in the first period. And then he came out firing and just had the cross up of the goaltender, Merzlikis, and right wide open in front of the net, just backhands it in. And then he has another one 9 minutes later from a tip. That was, or it wasn't a tip. What was this? The second goal? I can't even remember.
It
Brock
was
Nelson was just, that was the tic-tac-toe, the beautiful pass. It looked like
Yeah, so
the
like
Stars power
he
play.
had two, and Jack Hughes were both on each assist for each of those goals. And then that first one, it was Matthew Tkachuk that was also on the assist. The second one that he had, which was it was like 8 minutes later.
Yeah.
Vincent Trocheck, he was on that assist. But yeah, Brock Nelson, MVP of the day. But what was
Sure.
wild is that fourth line was producing so heavily. It's really interesting to see like how the guys were all paired up and all their lines for the Olympics, but like to just have a solid fourth line that is out there scoring goals, like that's why you have the best players in the world on this team. Like Brock Nelson outshined, I think, almost everybody yesterday, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 3 goals. One of them got called back
Mm-hmm.
from goaltender interference with JT Miller hitting the goaltender. Did get shoved in there, but he stayed in the crease. That was kind of the thing. If he gets out of the crease, then I don't think there's any goaltender interference, but maybe that gets saved. I don't think it does. It was a good tip. But Brock Nelson scored 3 goals yesterday. 2 of them count. Incredible. Good for Brock Nelson. The one that had us just screaming into the mics, having a lot of fun, Tage Thompson on the power play. Gross. Nasty, disgusting.
That might have been the best goal of the day. Like if you ask me, just the way he was able to do what he did, it was a backhand top shelf, like absurd. He's insane. I think he's the best addition for Team USA. Like they could not have brought in anybody better. Like Tage Thompson like owns this, and he also was, like that power play unit that we talked about, like having him on that top power play unit, like that's what it produced.
It was gross. It was just like he got the puck in the right position. He had the defender in the wrong position. He has a big body, so he shields him off essentially to be able to get his stick on the puck, backhanded, shelf it up over the right shoulder of the goaltender, top shelf, back corner. Like it was just gross. And luckily, in the third period, we have Austin Matthews, Captain America, getting a goal. You called it as well. I believe that one was on the power play as well. And we're just like, let's make sure we get Austin a little goal here, get him going. Obviously, in Four Nations last year, it was a little slow. Didn't score a lot of goals. I think he was hurt last year, and no one really talked about it until after Four Nations. It's good to get Captain America going because we're going to need his goal scoring throughout the tournament.
Yeah, he was really quiet in the first 2 periods, and I was like, I just foresee him doing something here. And sure enough, and that's like exactly why he is the C. you know what, he needed to get going, and he did. I really liked just how the whole team was structured
Mhm.
throughout this game. Like they were very energetic. They just kept a very like strong level head throughout it. And I think it's, like the production was there yesterday. That's for
Mhm.
sure.
And the PK was really good. Shut them down. They
Mhm.
were clearing pucks every time they were on the PK. They had 5:22 power play time. Latvia did, and they kind of shut them down the whole time. Like I don't feel like there was any danger on the power play for them. So it was a good sign. Obviously, it's an inferior team for Team USA to play against in the top in their first group stage game, but it is what it is. There's 3, 4 teams in the Olympics that can probably compete for a gold medal, and those teams should move on. But we already saw that Finland fell in game one to the Slovakians, which have one of the best jerseys in the Olympics. I will say the mountain design in those jerseys are incredible.
They are
Slavkovsky,
really cool.
Slavkovsky just turning into Sam Bennett in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, just scoring goals at will whenever he wants, wherever he wants. That was interesting for the Slovakians against Finland. Finland just didn't do anything in that first game that excited me outside of like Miro Heiskanen just kind of being the best player on the ice. Mikko
Mhm.
Rantanen played 15 minutes, but then you turn it around this morning. You get a big win against Sweden, 4-1. Mikko Rantanen scores an empty netter at the end. First Dallas star to score for Team Finland, and first Dallas star to score, I think, out of the Olympics. So good for Mikko, good for Finland, getting that win back, getting full 3 points, winning in regulation this morning.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to dive a little bit deeper into that game this morning and just kind
Mhm.
of study what they did because that first game, it was just a little wonky. Like Miko had only played like what was it, 12 or
I think he
16
played
minutes? Or
15
something? Yeah,
minutes.
so 16, 15, something like that. And then Miro Heiskanen, he was on the ice for like 27 minutes, and
Yes.
then you have Miro and Essa swapped. So it just was like a little wonky. Maybe they figured it out. Like I wanted to go back and look and to see how they were doing things and shuffling people around. So big win for Finland. And like we said yesterday, they're coming for people. Like this is the defending gold medal champs. Like they're coming in.
It's very funny that Miro Heiskanen is the only gold medalist on this team for Team Finland because we just haven't had NHL
That's
players.
funny.
He's the only
That is
one.
interesting.
Like you have Granny, you have Mikko, you got Aho. Like you got a lot of really good NHL players on this team, and the only one that has a gold medal out of all of them is Miro Heiskanen because he was like 12 years old and was able to be an amateur on this, or he wasn't in the NHL, so he's able to go play.
Wild. That's insane.
Very funny. Mikko Rantanen gets that empty netter at the end. They win 4-1. Sweden had a power play goal. Finland had a shorthanded goal. So those kind of cancel out. And you're looking at it like Esa Lindell has an assist. Not a big deal. Rope got an assist on there as well. Miro no assist. Granny got an assist. Mikko got a goal. So you see a lot of stars there. Obviously, there's a lot of stars on this team. A lot of stars contributed today for Team Finland. We didn't watch the game, but we'll go back and watch it at some point over the weekend. So good for Finland. Good for the Finnish Stars, Dallas Stars North, if you will. Getting a win, getting 3 points against their biggest rival, too, against Sweden. It's a big deal. Obviously, Sweden had a tough one against Italy the other day where they put up 60-something shots on goal, but
Mhm.
or squeaking by there for the first two periods. They ended up winning in the third period. But yeah, Sweden hasn't found their footing, I don't think, yet. So that's an interesting thing for this
Yeah,
Olympics.
and you know what? Like that might just be like the case. Like I thought that they obviously beat Italy the other day, but you're going to have your ups and your downs and like things happen very very quickly. Like it's game after game and like you just need to put your best foot forward. And I don't know, I'm pretty Sweden, we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing.
It is the group of death. I labeled that on our preview episode with Dom. It was like it's Finland, Sweden, Slovakia. That's 3 tough teams. And then you have the host nation of Italy. Like they're going to play hard.
Mhm.
They were right there with Slovakia this morning at 5:10 a.m. They lose 3-2 to Slovakia, but Slovakia beat Finland. So it's like anyone in that group, I think, can come out now. It's weird. It's going to be a strange one. Last thing on the men's side, Canada looked incredibly nasty, kind of terrifying on the forward group. And
Mhm.
Benner was impeccable. Four Nations Benner and 2019 Stanley Cup Finals Benner was there. It was terrifying.
That team did look a little scary. Celebrini, he's insane. First goal
Mhm.
scorer for Team Canada. He has scored in every single one of his big debuts.
Crazy.
So it's just wild. He's incredible. But to just hear the call, and I know people tweeted about this yesterday too, like McDavid to McKinnon to McCarr to like
Crosby
I
to
just
Celebrini.
yeah, it was like my brain like short circuited.
Yes. It is horrifying. Their forward group is horrifying because like you see our power play go out there and we were kind of excited. We're like, that's a fun power play.
Mhm.
You look at Canada, that's not fun. That is horrifying. That is horrifying for Canada fans to just see that. You're like, oh my God, we have the Death Star, like in Star Wars. Like they are in control of everything, it feels like. Because that last power play goal that Canada, the only power play goal they had against the Czechs, it was the easiest goal of all time. It was, when the Stars are buzzing on the power play and it takes them 7 seconds to score. Like they get the face off, they cycle it once, and then all of a sudden there's a cross crease pass. It's wide open net. It's the easiest goal of all time. That's what it was for McKinnon
Mhm.
on Canada the other day for their power play. It was terrifying. Their defense doesn't necessarily scare me, but if Jordan Binnington is going to be able to save everything like he did, because there was a lot of high danger stuff there. Obviously, the Czechs had 26 shots on goal, so nothing to be slouched about. Like they have a really good team. They got Pasta, they got Radek Faksa. People forget about Radek Faksa on their team. They had a lot of dangerous shots on goal, and Binnington was saved everything. Not necessarily with ease, but like wild saves that we saw last year in Four Nations, and that sucks to see.
It's like he just gets into international mode and then he turns into a completely different person.
I compared it to big game pitchers like Kurt Schilling back in the early 2000s. Like one of the best. I mean, he won Cy Youngs. He was one of the best in the regular season, but he got to the playoffs and he has the bloody sock for the Red Sox. Like he came in and you're like, all right, I'm getting 7-8 innings out of this guy, 150 pitches, whatever it takes, with maybe one run, and that's it. And that's what Jordan Binnington feels like. It's just like, hey, I got the maple leaf on my chest. I'm going to give you 30 saves, and I'm not going to let in a goal, and then that's just going to be it.
Yeah, honestly, it is a very, very scary team to face. They play again this afternoon. They play Switzerland. So we'll be good to kind of keep tracking that game a little bit. But yeah, as you said, like their defensemen, decent, but like we'll see. But yeah, Jordan Binnington could be one of the biggest difference makers. I know we talked about a little bit yesterday the USA goalies, and we're still a little out for Bulgarian here, but
Yeah.
Connor Hellebuck, I like the way that he performed. He obviously let one in against Latvia, but it is going to be interesting to see what the U.S. does these next couple of games with Jeremy Swayman. Will Jake Ottinger even dress at any point? When are they going to put Connor Hellebuck back in? I would assume Jeremy Swayman is either going to get the game against Germany on Sunday, potentially, but it's kind of all up in the air. It is interesting, though, that goalie situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think they play Helly on Saturday, keep him on the every other day kind of thing, and then you play Swayman Otter combo maybe on Sunday. It's a back-to-back, obviously, so you're not going to play Hellebuck in that back-to-back. And then you have another back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday with the knockout stage, the prelim knockout, and then quarterfinals on Wednesday, which we will be streaming again on Clean Sheet of Ice on YouTube. So we'll be back. I think that's another 210 puck drop. So easy in the afternoon, turn it on while you're at work, go home. Like shout out to Gustavo. Gus Bus, he went home and started working from home before that game started so we could hop on the stream. He interacted with us, so that was a lot of fun. But we'll be doing that again on Wednesday. But yeah, you got a lot of back-to-backs here. It's going to be interesting what they do with the goaltenders. You have really good goaltenders. I remember if it's Razor. Someone had a conversation with Sam and Robert, I believe. I think it was Razor, the Dallas Stars broadcaster, and he played goal, obviously. And he said American goaltenders are very structured in how they train, how they play, and positioning and all that kind of stuff. Russian goaltenders are very loose with what their structure is. Like they don't have to have a structure. They will go kind of free and wild, like Andrei Vasilevsky, one of the best goaltenders of this generation now. He's just saving pucks. It doesn't matter what the positioning is. It doesn't matter how he saves them. I think Canadian goaltenders are a lot like that as well, but USA structure are very structured. You see that with Hellebuck. You see that with Otter. I think you see that with Swayman as well. I think he's the least structured out of those three. So it'll be interesting to see what Olympic hockey kind of does for them. And I wonder if that's why USA goaltenders get in trouble later in the playoffs, is because they're trying to lean on structure as opposed to just leaning on, hey, let me figure out how to get the puck in my glove or off
Like
my blocker.
situational. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see how that all works out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to it. We're going to know here in the next few days just like what kind of plays out, but I will be keeping my eye on Canada Switzerland today because that'll be a pretty good game, I think.
Should be fun. Last thing before we get out of here, Texas Hockey to Texas Hockey Podcast, Hannah Bilka. Holy hell.
This is the game, and it's going to be happening while Canada Switzerland is playing. But you guys tune in. U.S. women's hockey playing Italy. This is officially the quarterfinals, and this is massive. Hannah Bilka is a beast. We're going to try to get her on the pod one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on that. And Team USA for women's could go all the way. And like, it's time to get on the bandwagon. Like, you should have been on it a few days ago, but they won all 3 of their games to make it and advance to this quarterfinal here.
1 in scoring. They've allowed 1 goal and scored 20.
And they're out there just like knocking other girls. Like,
oh, the hits are incredible. Obviously, we had that one where the PWHL comes to Dallas. You have that massive hit there right up next to the benches. Can't remember who the players were, but like, they're physical and they play dirty.
Yeah.
And they they get in the muck just like the boys do, and they score a fuckload of goals. The girls just score goals at will. Obviously, we saw 5 goals yesterday from Team USA in the men's department, but like 5 goals against Canada and blanking them the other day, a few days ago, is just like Bilka having 2 goals. When that second goal went in for Bilka, like 6 setups, 6 one-timer from the left dot, and then she gets checked immediately by a Canadian woman player, and she gets up and delivers a nice cross check to the ribs, starting the celebration. Probably barks at her a little bit, and then the rest of the USA women come over there and just like start celebrating. I thought that was incredible. It's just like, yeah, I'm beating the hell out of you with the goals. I'm also going to beat the hell out of you celebrating, and then I'm going to score some more goals after that.
And then we're going to shut out Team Canada.
It's unreal. They're head and shoulders above everyone so far. Obviously, knock on wood, they're playing this afternoon on Friday as we're recording this, so we'll see what happens in the quarters. But like, it's going to get nitty and gritty, obviously, throughout the rounds, and you get to the semifinals and into the gold medal match. Hopefully, it's going to get harder, but damn, do they look incredible.
They're insane. I'm so excited for this game. Like, this is going to be epic to watch. So I will be probably live tweeting some of it later on today, and
absolutely
just eyes on it. And Team USA women's hockey all the way. Hannah Bilka, she's our girl.
Texas hockey through and through, DFW star. That's it for the pod, just because we're watching a lot of hockey, and obviously we spend a lot of time on Team USA. We're both Americans. We love Team USA. We're going to spend time on the Stars, like Finnish, and a little bit of Radek Fossa and Thomas Harley getting into it in the Czech Canadian game was really funny.
So fun. That was pretty good. Got all chippy, Thomas Harley smiling.
That's like one of the few times you see Thomas Harley smile, and one of the few times you see Radek not smile on the on the ice. He's even when he gets in the muck, he starts smiling. He likes to laugh at other guys.
No, he's like goofy. No, he was not happy.
So the Olympics are a blast. We're going to be live streaming a bunch. Obviously, Wednesday, we have one of the knockout games. I believe the quarterfinal game, if Team USA makes it there. Thursday would be gold medal match for the women. If the U.S. are in there, we'll be streaming then. And then, obviously, if you get into the gold medal, the semifinal and the gold medal matches for the men's side, we'll be live streaming those. I think that's a Friday, Sunday action. So we might be streaming 3 days in a row. I hope we're streaming 3 days in a row, Wednesday through Friday next week.
We would love that. That would be insane. And we gotta get the viewers up. Everyone's gonna tune in, live stream. Come on, come watch with us.
It was fun. I think we had over 400 something chats during the game yesterday. Looking at the metrics this morning, they're still updating and stuff. So thank you to everyone that tuned in that was new. Thank you to everyone that tuned in that was subscribed before. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already on Clean Sheet Advice on YouTube. Hit it wherever you get audio podcasts like Apple and Spotify. We've got video on Spotify as well on Clean Sheet Advice. If you want to sponsor the show, hit us up in the DMs on Clean Sheet Advice on the social medias. We'd love to have you sponsored. We're trying to work on a few right now over around the American Airlines Center. I walked around the other day, just knocking on doors, just seeing if anyone wanted to hang out with us. But thanks for everyone that tuned in. Savannah, you got anything else before we get out?
No, I'm all good. Go Team USA. Women's hockey today. Tune in.
It's gonna be a blast. I'm fired up.
Let's go.
I've just dug out all of my American gear out of my closet in my drawers because usually it just kind of stays there till like Memorial Day, 4th of July. You kind of bring it out every once in a while. It's all just like sitting front facing in my drawers now. Like I can immediately when I pull up my drawers, there's all my USA gear. It's right there.
I went to go walk the Katy Trail yesterday after we got done live streaming, and I had my USA hockey hat on. And I'm like, why am I the only one wearing USA hockey gear? Hello? Like, let's get into it, people.
I had my US hat on and my sweatshirt on when I went and picked up dinner later that evening yesterday. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think anyone realizes what's going on right now.
It needs to click. It'll start clicking once the rounds keep going forward. So
once we get some knockout rounds going, they'll figure it out. But that'll do it for Clean Sheet Advice for me, for Savannah. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back on Monday with another episode of Clean Sheet Advice, Texas Hockey Podcast.